Hey there, I just kind of wanted to show everyone what the main idea is for this week, which is to discuss the action of Lovastatin and how it is produced and its mechanism of action. And this week, unlike a couple other weeks, we're going to do a PowerPoint presentation, so I'll go ahead and pull that up here. So, Lovastatin, which I misspelled. Let me fix that. Its main idea is to reduce cholesterol. So, we'll kind of explain kind of how that occurs, and then we will go through the pathway in which this statin and most other statins work, as well as going through the synthesis of the drug and kind of a bigger illustration of cholesterol and how cholesterol is produced and how this all kind of works. So I'll explain this, and then I'll get to the picture. So a lot of statins work by being an HMG CoA reductase, which acts to reduce the amount of cholesterol produced. And these are some facts about Lovastatin, and that they are, not only do they work on cholesterol, but they also affect LDLs as well, which are the quote-unquote bad fats, which is also needed to be affected in order to lower cholesterol. So Lovastatin is what they call a prodrug. So once a person consumes Lovastatin, they are then activated within the stomach. So it is with the hydrochloric acid in our stomach that Lovastatin becomes active. And there are a few different other enzymes in which this then starts to affect within our body. A lot of this is the hydrolysis by carboxyesterases, as well as esterases both within our plasma, which is a part of our blood, into within the liver, where, as you might recall, where cholesterol is produced. So this is a kind of a long kind of picture of how Lovastatin is produced. As you can see, Lovastatin is all the way down here. So Lovastatin actually was kind of novel at the time that it was created, because it is kind of a naturally occurring product. So really what happened within the lab was a careful and deliberate mechanism of action was discovered, and then they just found ways that can speed up its production so that people could take that this drug to then lower their cholesterol. So let's get to the cholesterol kind of pathway, and then we'll show you how this occurs. So this is kind of a short kind of overview, and then here in a minute we're going to get into more of the kind of intermediate steps and enzymes of the cholesterol production. But as you can see, starting at the top here, our first step is, with acetyl-CoA, and then through a series of steps, we come down here, and then we end with cholesterol being our product. So this is a much more involved kind of step here. And this shows the various kind of enzymes that are ultimately involved in the production of cholesterol. I'm not going to go through all of these, but you can see that there are a number of kinases and synthases. So kinases, adding phosphate groups to the various products are involved, as well as creating things such as squalene, which we just kind of reviewed with our last lab kind of poster board kind of worksheet. And again, this is where you ultimately end with cholesterol down here. So this is kind of a good but short kind of illustration that this is where a lot of statins work, is quite early in the chain of producing cholesterol. So Lovastatin and some other statins actually work through competitive inhibition, and again act as HMG-CoA reductases, which ultimately, if you can recall the definition of competitive inhibition, ultimately don't eliminate, but they do reduce the following products. So this is cholesterol. So some cholesterol obviously is still made, and our bodies do still require cholesterol to a certain degree to produce hormones, and are structurally important to cell membranes, for instance. So some diet modification would still be a good idea, as if you were to eat enough fatty, fried, and otherwise unhealthy foods, that the Lovastatin and other statins could be overcome through more substrate being available.